Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's up, MG? How are you? Let's get it rocking this morning, guys. If you guys are new here, my name is Scott. I'm a certified Christian divorce recovery coach, and I help people heal from toxic and narcissistic relationships. Your mother's married to a narcissist, all right? Ain't nothing you can really do about that until she decides that she wants to do something about it. You just need to understand that. How's everybody doing this morning? Yeah. Alexa, play Jeremy Camp acoustic. Come on in, guys. Drop your questions, drop your comments. Let's get the day rocking. Are you guys working? Are you off? How's everybody doing? Facebook, I see you guys popping in. I've been married to a narcissist for 20 years. Now separated. I got you. I was with one. She put me in jail. Okay. What's up, Gina? Going to work. All right. Well, have a wonderful day. Nina, good morning. We got Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok rocking at the same time here. If you guys are new here, my name is Scott. I'm a certified Christian divorce recovery coach, and I help people heal from toxic and narcissistic relationships and heal from divorce. Been doing this for about 3 years full time, and over 700 people helped. You put in 40 years. I got you. Did you ever start dating again? Facebook, make sure you guys are clicking the thumbs up and the hearts. Make sure you guys in TikTok over here are double tapping the screen. What's up, Jasmine? Good morning. Let's get it rocking, guys. I got a pretty busy day. My daughter's birthday party is this weekend. Got a couple coaching clients today, and then I am off for the rest of the weekend. So let's talk about it, guys. We're talking about healing from narcissistic and toxic relationships. What are you guys struggling with this morning? I haven't dated since after that experience. Why? You're afraid you're going to repeat the cycle? I'm listening while working from home. I hope you enjoy the birthday festivity. I appreciate that, Alicia. Guadalupe, good morning. Jasmine says, I broke contact after 40 days. What did we learn? It happens, but what did we learn? That's your fear? Okay. So in order to not repeat the same cycles, we have to break the habits. We have to break the things that you've always fallen back on when things get tough or you get scared of being by yourself. We can get you into a lot better place in about 10 weeks. We got to learn to set boundaries. We got to close out some grief. We've got to raise some awareness to what these types of relationships look like in the beginning. Struggling with trusting in my new relationship? Well, listen, there's only one way to do that, and that is to trust. One of the biggest mistakes that I see people make is that you get in a hurry and you get out here and you go fast because it feels so amazing. You're like, oh my God, where have you been my whole life? And you go too fast and you end up making mistakes. I saw a study the other day that said that you don't really fully understand or know somebody until about 2 years in. So what's up? Is that Kai? Key? What's up? What's up, Erica? Linda Gale, good morning. I want to start dating again, but most want to go through the bedroom, and that would be the last thing to the relationship. Yeah. Yep. Y'all need to keep that on lockdown. What's up, Miss Carly? Good morning. You need to get to know somebody on a substance level instead of a surface level. So many people want to just jump into bed and test drive the car. And I get it. I mean, that's a human thing. But when you do that, you attach yourself to these people to a certain extent. I saw a study the other day that it said that for women, at least, the more partners that they have had, the harder it's going to be for them to commit to one person. What's up, Nikki? Good morning. That was a psychological study. Ended a 16-year-old relationship with a narcissist. Good. How you doing with that? How are you doing with that? It's not easy. I hear that all the time. It's not easy. It's easier said than done. That's because y'all are wanting to find this button right here. You ain't gonna find it. What's up, Bianca? Good morning. Make sure you guys are giving me thumbs ups and hearts. I see one over here on Facebook. TikTok, we should be at 5,000 likes by now. Show the love, show the channel some love, guys. Let's get it. If you guys are not following me yet, make sure you are doing that. I have been coaching for about 3 years full time, guys. This is what I do for a living. This is not a hobby for me. And this isn't something that I just read a book about and decided to talk about it. This is actually stuff that I've lived in my life before. Can you explain the difference between dismissive, avoidant, and narcissist? Yeah. So I pulled this. I get that question a lot, so I pulled this the other day. It's the intent. Okay. So the core driver behind a dismissive avoidant, they have a fear of closeness or a loss of independence. Okay. A narcissist, their core driver is control, validation, and superiority. Okay. So in communication, a narcissist is going to manipulate you, gaslight you, and deflect. An avoidant is going to avoid hard conversations and shut down. Okay. Let's talk about empathy. Most narcissists don't have a whole lot of that. Avoidance, they have it, but it's kind of suppressed because they're guarding themselves. So with a narcissist, let's talk about conflict. With a narcissist, a true narcissist, they need to win the conflict and dominate the conflict. Okay. An avoidant is going to withdraw and shut down because they don't want to deal with conflict. Okay. So when there's this push-pull dynamic, when you're trying to push and they're pulling and all these things like that, the narcissist does it because of control. The avoidant does it because of fear. Nikki, I would need to know more about your situation. He just talked about everything he's bought with his new girl, said that's what happens when he's supposed to buy correctly, when all he did was use me. Yeah, so that's what narcissists say. If you'd have loved me better, I wouldn't have had to go to somebody else. It's all your fault. There's a difference between trauma bond and loving someone I know that just wished I could break it. So listen to me. If you guys are trying to get over your toxic or abusive narcissistic ex and you still love them, type me down below. Good morning, Donna. I divorced my narcissist wife. After 26 years, it wasn't easy, but I know he's been, yep, good. Oh, mine is fully aware everything has been a plan before we even met. I got you. Yeah. If you feel that you still love the person that was terrible to you. Good morning, Miss Sarah. How you been, ma'am? Cool. Let me show you how easy that is to shut down. Most of y'all are about to be a deer in the headlights. When you say that you love someone that you know for a fact was terrible to you, what did you love? What do you love about them? I'll wait. Got quiet, didn't it? Crickets chirping. Comment section got quiet. Wow. Yeah. Nikki's right. She loved the idea of them. So that doesn't mean that you love them. Good for you, Sarah. The idea of who they portray. That. Yeah, exactly. The idea. So listen to me. Y'all don't stop saying, I love them. I still love them. No, you don't. You love the idea of the relationship that you've always wanted. And they gave you a little bit of that in the beginning, but it wasn't real. They were just mirroring all the things that you told them that you never had and you wanted, and all the terrible things that your other ex did. So they just came in and filled everything. It wasn't because they gave a crap. It was because they were trying to hook you. Y'all took the bait. I love what I wished he would be. Exactly what I just said. What did you love? Did you love them cheating on you and gaslighting you and everything's your fault and You basically took another man to raise or another woman to raise, broke it off after 8 months, and in a trauma therapy now. Good for you, man. In the beginning, when it was all good, it was never real. Everybody says it was so good in the beginning. Well, so is a cake full of glass. So is a birthday cake full of glass. It's so good in the beginning, but as you go deeper, woo, boy, y'all fell in love with a mask. Happy Halloween. It was never real. It was real for you because it was the relationship that you always craved. Where have you been my whole life? 20-year relationship. I'm giving him a second chance after him cheating. And I found out yesterday he's paying to have this woman's lawn service. I just need some direction there. So listen, I am not a fan of getting back with someone who cheated. I'm just not. And the reason why is this: they didn't accidentally trip and stumble and fall on top of this other person. That was a planned, orchestrated betrayal on so many different levels. So many different levels. They had to first initiate, and then it crossed the line. Then there were text messages in secret that were exchanged, maybe even meeting up in parking lots that was hidden, right? And then so on and so on. It was my imagination I fell in love with. Yep. Good didn't outweigh the bad things. He'd say, screaming in my face. I got you. Yeah, all of you guys on Facebook that are commenting, y'all got to comment smaller comments. I can't read all that. I got too many comments coming in. How do you deal with a narcissistic and alcoholism? Left me cheated. So you walk away, Miss Christine, and you send me a message, and I'll show you over the next 10 weeks how to break free from that. Okay, when you say he's narcissistic and he's an addict, you can't fix him. I don't know if maybe one of your parents, maybe you had to raise a parent, maybe you had to raise your siblings, and you just feel that you need to save somebody. No, you can't do that. Yep. Thanks for making it so plain. He's always accused me of being with other people when it wasn't true. So they do that because you spend the majority of the time trying to explain your love for them. And, oh, I would never do that. I mean, why are you saying that? I would never do that. And it puts you into submission. Yeah. How do you break the cycle when you start dating again? The cycle needs to be broken before. It's always you. I got you. It's hard being single at 58. It's hard being single at 38. You know why? Women, can I be direct with y'all for 2 seconds? Good, because I'm going to anyway. So many of y'all come to me. I coach 75% women. So many of y'all come to me and you're like, how do I find a good man? Where do I find a good man? Is that a question that most of y'all have? Is it hard to win a custody case with what I believe? So no, it's not really. This isn't the kid goes with me or the kid goes with you nowadays. It's usually 50-50. Most states are rolling to 50-50, which I completely disagree with because sometimes the other parent is so freaking terrible and you're just giving them access without doing any research. But I feel like a narcissist when I was raised by one. You feel like one because they've already blamed you for everything. Most narcissists make you feel like you're the problem. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, let's go. How to co-parent with a narcissist is so hard when you have feelings for them. So you're never really going to be able to co-parent with a narcissist. You can counter-parent. I mean, you can parallel parent with a narcissist. You can set hard boundaries where it's a business arrangement, but you're not going to, it's a trauma bond, Guadalupe. We got to break that. We got to break that first. I'm trauma bonded, finally stuck to a boundary. I'm blocked totally by him now. He has my brain. So yeah. So that's normal. So when I say no contact, most of y'all are like, yeah, we don't talk. No, that's not no contact. No contact means you have them blocked. So as soon as he unblocks you, Katrina, you need to block him immediately. Why would we do such a thing? Well, because he's controlling the light switch. At any moment, he can decide he wants to turn the lights back on, and you can't do anything about it unless you block him. No contact means I'm not looking at their social media. I'm not texting. I'm not calling. I'm not allowing them to come by. They have no access to me. Only 1% of narcissists change, so stop trying to change it. Facts. You've been listening, huh, Jimmy? So a lot of y'all come to me because you want to find a good man. If that's you, say me. If you want to find a good man and you're having a hard time finding that, type me down below. I'm going to be very direct with you guys, and I may hurt some of y'all's feelings, and I'm sorry, but it is what it is. Listen to me. The reason that most women can't find a good man, number one, you're always going to be attracted to what you grew up in because it feels familiar. So if you grew up in toxicity, there's a 2 to 4 percent. You're 2 to 4 times more likely to get into another toxic relationship. Let's just say all that's been taken care of, and now you want to get back out here and you want to find a good man. The problem is that y'all have unrealistic expectations. And I'm not going to take the time to do the poll that I usually do in here, but when I ask women, hey, if you could have your dream man, what would he be? How tall would he be? Most women say 6 foot or taller. When I ask y'all, how much money does this dude need to make? Most of y'all say $100,000 or more. When I ask y'all what kind of body he needs to have, most of y'all say he needs to have a fit body, a dad bod, but fit. He takes care of himself, and so on and so on and so on. Just on those three statistics, I'm about to give y'all some humble pie. A dude who's 6 foot tall or more, you just eliminated 85% of men. 85%. Well, that leaves 15% of all men. I didn't say they were straight. I didn't say they were single. That's just 15% of men total. So after some of them are married, some of them are in a relationship, some of them like dudes, whatever it is, you're down to like 1 to 2% of men. And every single one of y'all want that. So y'all are all competing for a 6 foot tall or more. $100,000 a year. Y'all just eliminated y'all just eliminated 85% of men again. So now y'all are competing for the top 15% of men. Okay. Dude with a fit body. You just eliminated 70% of men. That leaves 30%. And again, are they married? Are they single? Are they straight? So when it boils down to it, y'all are competing for like the top 2 to 10% of men. And women find 80% of men walking the earth unattractive. Most women find 80% of men unattractive. Y'all have unrealistic expectations. When we ask men, and I do it all the time, hey, man, who was your best friend when you were married? Oh, my wife was my best friend. When we ask women, only 65 to 67% of the time, men say their wife is their best friend. Women say 37% of the time. 65% of married men are content in their marriage. Only 48% of women are. Y'all file for divorce 70 to 75% of the time. Y'all want to find a good man? Check your friend zone. Check your friend zone. But the sad thing is that some of y'all grew up in toxicity. All your relationships have been toxic. So if a good man actually did come into your life and treated you with kindness and respect and dignity and all these things, you'd probably be bored with him. I literally had a lady message me the other day. This is what I get every single day. She messaged me and she said, hey, I've been married to an amazing man for 21 years. He's handsome. He's successful. He's a great father. He's a great provider. He's everything. I'm like, so what's the problem? She's like, well, I cheated on him and I can't get over the dude that I had an affair with. I'm like, why don't you go back to your husband? She's like, I can't. He's happily married now. Good for him. That's what you get. Let's see. As long as he treats me well, honest, and can support himself. Yeah, but what if he weighs 400 pounds? That all sounds good on paper, Tiffany. As long as he treats me well, is honest, and can support himself, so hard to find. Yeah, if you're looking in a dumpster. You wouldn't believe if a good man came, because then you're just waiting for the boot to drop. Yep. Exactly. Keep double D. Y'all got quiet on that. Those are actual statistics, guys. That's not my opinion. Those are actual statistics. Why would he delete me from social media platforms but leave me on one? Should I delete him too? Or would that make it look like I'm hurt? I think you're really overthinking this, and I think you should remove him at all cost. Not gonna lie, I'm still damaged, even though we've been divorced for 10 years. Yeah, well, that's because you have that mindset. You have a negative mindset that there's something wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. You just got a broken heart. We can turn that around in about 10 weeks, man. 10 weeks, guys. I have two options to work with me. I've got my one-time call, which is my introduction call, my breakthrough session. You'll work with me for 30 minutes, and we'll go through your past, all your present, all the struggles that you have, and we'll get a plan. Okay, I try to meet my clients where they are. And then I've got my 10-week course. I had an 8-week course. It was decent, but it wasn't quite long enough. We needed just a little bit of extra time. So I went to 10 weeks. When you work with me for 10 weeks, you meet with me once a week for a video call for 45 minutes. I give you homework assignments. I keep a file on you, just like my other clients here. And then you also have 7 days a week text messaging and phone call support with me. It's $2,497, but most people go to Affirm and they get a pre-approved card from Affirm, and they just check out with it, so their payment's really low. I also have payment plans and financing options as well. I know a lot of people don't have that just laying around, but it's worth it. You wouldn't believe. Yeah, we did that one. The problem with today's dating scene is everyone is always wasting someone's time till someone better comes along. Well, yeah, it's everybody's always looking for, and that's just human nature, though. You know what? That's human nature. You can go and buy a brand new car and keep it for about 2 months, and then all of a sudden you ride by the dealership and they got the new model out, and it's like, dang, that car's nice too. We're never happy. We're never satisfied. I heard Will Smith say a couple months ago, he said the two loneliest places to be in the world are rock bottom and the top of the mountain. And the reporter's like, why would you say that the top of the mountain is the most loneliest place? He said, because you have nothing else to look forward to. You've already bought everything. You've already been everywhere. You've already done everything. There's nothing to look forward to. It's very lonely. I saw another multi-billionaire who said, I believe that everybody should be rich at least once in their life, so they'll see that that's not the answer. I coach multi-millionaires. Look, guys, I've coached people that make $5.5 million a year. This thing does not have an income level, guys. It sucks for everybody. It sucks. All right, what are y'all struggling with, guys? I'll give y'all a few more minutes, and I got to hit the gym. Appreciate the follows. All you guys, there's 300 of you guys in here. We got 40 or 50 over here on Facebook. If you guys are new here, my name is Scott. I've been a certified Christian divorce recovery coach for about 3 years. Been coaching people full-time for 3 years. This is my full-time job, guys. This is a career for me. I take it very seriously. Over 700 people I've helped. I just really realized that the other day, as a lot of people. So no yawning. Yeah, I'm tired, guys. Let's see. Was I hurt by a narcissist? Not really. I've been around narcissism my entire life, though, so I'm very well versed in it. It seems that those with a heart of gold end up so broke. It's not really having a heart of gold. It's being a people pleaser. Most of y'all that ended up in these relationships, it's because you are a people pleaser and you have no boundaries. You see, if you're a people pleaser, you're always going to find someone who needs to be pleased, but you'll never be able to please them. These people literally have a great big empty hole inside of them, and nothing is ever going to fill it up, ever. Is it wrong biblically to divorce a narcissist? Go read 2 Timothy 3, 1-5. Matter of fact, let's do it together. Let's see what the Bible says. Let's go back to 2 Timothy 3. All right, everybody pay attention. Y'all ready? Somebody said, is it biblical to divorce a narcissist? Let's talk about it. But understand this, that in the last days there will come times of difficulty, for people will be lovers of self, lovers of money, proud, arrogant, abusive, disobedient to their parents, ungrateful, unholy, heartless, unappeasable, slanderous, without self-control, brutal, not loving good, treacherous, reckless, swollen with conceit, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God, having the appearance of godliness, but denying its power. Do you know what the Bible says in the next 3 words right there? The Bible says, avoid such people. Avoid such people. Second Timothy 3, 1 through 5. What's up, Kim? 2 Timothy 3, 1 through 5. What's up, Eddie? I've been in a narcissistic relationship for over 30 years, divorced and remarried, forgave her over and over. She had my employees lasted for over a year, yet I forgave. Now I'm stuck in a relationship I can't get away from. Yeah, send me a message, brother. Send me a message and let's talk. Yeah, Kathy, I can't understand a word you're saying. None of your words are really lining up, ma'am. Yep. All right, guys, so check it out. If you guys want to work with me one-on-one, you can send me a message. You can give me some brief details about what your biggest struggle is, and you can apply for my coaching program. A lot of you guys won't be able to afford it. A lot of you guys are not going to be willing to do the work. I only want the people who are serious. I have financing options, payment plans. You guys can afford this, I promise. Some of y'all, if you're on fixed income and stuff, you may not be able to, and I understand, but please get help somewhere if you've got insurance. Yeah. Realistically, what's the best approach to get divorced? Realistically, what's the best approach to get divorcing wife to open up and trust again in hope of reconciliation? You can't. You can't, man. You're over here trying to figure out how you can fix it. What was her reason for wanting a divorce, Thomas? There you go, Charlie. Good for you. I got you, Sue Champ. Thomas, what was her reason for wanting a divorce? All the men in the chat need to understand something. Oh, she said she wasn't happy. Nowhere in the Bible does it say that marriage is about your happiness. And I ask women this all the time. Is being a wife about duty or you being happy? She's just not happy. Okay, so what's his name? What's his name? What's more important, your duty as a wife or are you being happy? Valid question. Yeah, y'all are, yeah. Tell me how you really feel. Y'all are saying both. That ain't what most women say. Most women say their happiness is. Both women say their happiness is. How many of y'all have a job that you're not happy at, but yet you stay? You stay at that job. You do your duty there. My happiness is more important. There you go. Now, so now we're getting some truth. Happiness for sure. And this is modern women. I'm not being, listen, I coach women. Don't think I'm attacking women. I'm telling you what I see every single day. Most men, ladies, will stay in a marriage even if they're miserable out of duty. They will stay in that relationship. They will sacrifice their happiness for their family. Most women that I see, I'm sorry, I'm not, I mean, it is what it is. Most women that I see will sacrifice their family for happiness. Nowhere in the Bible does it say that marriage is supposed to be about your happiness. Men leave for the same reason. I'm not just attacking you guys. I'm not. Just telling you what I see every day in the studies that I see. You have a job and you're not always happy there. Do you just quit when you're unhappy? Do you just quit when you're unhappy? Now, some of y'all, it may be valid reasons why you're unhappy because you've been trying to raise another kid who's a grown man. I listen, I understand. But a lot of women leave just because they've had this misconception that love means that I'm going to have constant enthusiasm. Love is a verb, ladies and gentlemen. It's action. Love is not a feeling. Love is not this, oh my God, it's always going to be exciting and oh my God, it's going to be great. No, you're guaranteed to go through the hard stages. Mine makes me dress like him. Aren't you tired of being a doormat? That's sad to see another human who is owned by someone else. So again, I'm gonna give you a lot of you women, you come to me, you're like, hey, how do I find a good man? I got to reiterate this. Right outside your unrealistic expectations. I coach a lot of women. And I asked them, hey, well, hey, what would the perfect man look like? 6 foot tall, $100,000 a year, and a fit body. You just eliminated like 85% of men, and you're down to like 2%. It's sad, guys. When are we going to get back to substance? When are we going to get back to I bring more to the table than just putting on my makeup and dressing hot? I don't know about y'all, but this younger generation makes me sick. I'm divorced 4 years. My ex-husband was just a cheater. Was married for 18 years. I got you. So what are you going to do with it? So what are you going to do about it? Kat Voorhees says being happy is more important. That's the problem with most modern women. Personality is more important than looks. Yeah, y'all say that, but you ain't going to approach an ugly dude. You got to have some attraction to this person first, or you're not even going to give them the time of day. I'll go even further. I saw this amazing. There's an amazing thing called pre-selection. Did y'all know that? It's a psychology thing. When a woman sees a man with a beautiful woman, that man is already pre-approved by all other beautiful women because he's been seen with a beautiful woman. It's called pre-selection. That's actually a thing. He will pressure me to the point of extreme anxiety until I break to take him back. Yeah, I can help you take your power back on that. He's not God. He's not God. And you're not a doormat unless you are. You just got to decide what you're going to do. Well, it's hard to leave. It's hard to stay too. And which one are you going to choose? The biggest thing that I see is most of y'all stay in these terrible and toxic relationships. At least then you've got a warm body by your side. And now you don't have to be alone because being alone is so scary. It's really not. It's actually a superpower. It's amazing. It is amazing. I promise you, I will make a promise to you guys. If you'll get out and you'll do the work and get over your fear of being by yourself, nobody ever has power over you again, but it's going to kind of mess you up a little bit because you get so content with being by yourself that it's going to take one heck of a person to come in and interrupt that. Been struggling since he passed away. Yeah, I'm sorry. How do you handle seeing your woman with his new woman? You should pray for her because she's going to get everything that you went through. You know what she has that you don't have, Kristen? First of all, why are y'all not together? Why did he leave? Yep. So she says, yeah, I can't deal with that. I can't deal with that. My solitude is my strength. You're right. But the problem is that some of y'all are going to hit your 50s, and then that being alone is really going to start to hit you a little heavier, or 60s. And your mortality is going to start knocking on the door, and you'll be like, oh my God, I really don't want to die alone. And then y'all get panicky, and so you end up with something else that's terrible. So if the fear is being by myself, being alone for the rest of my life, what if that is in the cards for you? What if that is what's guaranteed for you to come? Well, if you know that, then maybe we should start adjusting our life according to that truth. Yeah. If being alone is your fear, that's exactly what you need to be, alone, so you can conquer that. That is called exposure therapy. It's no different than being scared to jump off the high dive at the city pool. You get up there and you jump. I'm scared of spiders. Guess how they get over that? You deal with spiders. Like even with me, after I had my heart attack, I had like severe anxiety of going places, especially by myself. And I've been working through that for, God, 6 years now. And that's a process. I'm going to tell you, that's a process. But I'm getting so much better because I'm making myself do it. What's up, Becca? Make sure you guys are following me at the top of the screen, guys. All you guys that are messaging me, make sure you're only messaging me if you're serious about working with me for 10 weeks, guys. We can't break this in a one-time conversation. We can't break this in a 5-second little message right here. You literally are breaking an addiction from these people. You are breaking an addiction, and you're going to need some support, some consistent support, because even if you block them on everything today and you stand your ground, okay, you're going to have to process that whole absence. And then maybe you're most likely going to let your guard down and you're going to allow them to come back in for a minute, and it's going to be the same thing. And you're going to reset your healing clock back to 0. Brandy, good morning, ma'am. A good man is going to be mature and balanced. Yeah, but y'all need to understand something. So many women come to me and they're like, I want a dude who can communicate. When y'all don't communicate, y'all just want a dude to communicate like y'all. I want a man who validates my feelings and emotions. And I'm like, that's a dude. It's not a woman. We got to lay some truth down about that. Some of y'all are out here trying to find this perfect man who meets all your conditions. But if you do that, then you're never going to understand unconditional love. I can't wear makeup. Yeah. So my question, ma'am, I see all your comments. I'm sorry you're going through that, but are you just here to complain and get some sympathy, or do you actually want to do something about it? I'm not going to pat you on the back and say, baby, it's going to be okay. I'm going to say, honey, let's get up and let's do something about it. It's funny how my ex is exactly the type of guy girls say they want, but in reality, he's a total narcissist. Yeah. Well, let's validate that for a minute, because most true narcissists are charming, charismatic. They have confidence, even though they really don't. It's all fake. Usually they're in positions of power or successful people. Usually they're well put together, and they have almost everything that a woman is attracted to. Women say they want a good man who's going to be honest and kind and all of these things, but y'all end up going with the dude who's a challenge. I see it every day, literally every single day. Brandy, how are you this morning, man? What's the best way to deal with a narcissist when you're going through a divorce? You don't. You let your attorneys handle it. You document everything. You save text messages, phone calls, and things like that. Put you in the hospital. You still there? One thing I want to tell you women that got cheated on and you stayed, 70% of women that get cheated on stay in that relationship. That's a scary thing, isn't it? 70% of y'all stay. Y'all are an amazing species, ladies. Y'all really are. If you got a dude who shows up and he's super nice and he's always there for you and just kind as he can be, you know, you can pick up the phone and call him at 3:00 in the morning. He's going to be there. Y'all overlook that dude. But the guy that hardly ever talks to you or answers back and leaves you on red and all those things, you're like, oh my God. Oh my God. Women are trying to be loyal. I disagree. Not all women, ma'am. I disagree. Now let me phrase this right. I coach some of the most amazing women that you will ever meet in your entire life. They are wives. They are big-hearted. They'll do anything in the world for anybody except themselves. I coach some of the most amazing men that you will ever meet. And I'm talking about amazing men, husbands, and they got cheated on. Listen to me, girls, men. We live in a world. Let me explain this to you. We live in a world where Tom Brady, who's a pretty decent looking dude, like 6'1,000,000, he's really, really tall, perfect jawline, perfect skin, pretty handsome dude, perfect teeth, 7-time MVP of a Super Bowl, worth hundreds of millions of dollars, great dad, great provider, and his wife cheats on him with a jiu-jitsu instructor. There's a major difference between men and women. Check this out. I saw a thing the other day that said that some basketball player, he's worth like $300 million. He just got married to a girl that he met in a restaurant. She was a waitress there. He was a waitress there, or she was a waitress. He married her. How many women out here in the world that are worth $300 million would ever marry a waiter? I want to do for myself and love myself. I forgot how. I'm blindsided. Yeah, send me a message, Kelly. I got you. I stayed because I thought I needed that person for stability, for financial only, but I had to love myself more. Good for you. No amount of money is worth more than self-respect. I love that. Every bit of that. I love that. Cheaters cheat because of themselves, not because of their spouse. Yes, it has everything to do with their loyalty. But the sad thing is this, Miss Brandy, if I went in here right now and I asked the majority of the women in here, hey, have you ever cheated before? And then if they say yes, and I say, why did you cheat? 90% of the women in here are going to say, because he wasn't paying me attention, because he was always gone. I needed outside validation. I needed emotional connection. It's never because I'm a cheater, ever. And I'm not picking on you guys. I mean, I've cheated before in my life too. I'm so lost. I have allowed behavior that I never would have. Why? Is he like super hot, super rich? What is it? I want more of you, Jesus. Yeah, I was going to get up, but we're having a really good conversation. Let's go. Make sure you guys are double tapping, man. I see all those messages coming in. I'll answer all those messages in just a few, guys. Only message me if you want some direct truth, guys. Let me explain. I know I'm giving y'all some information about women. 75% of my clientele are women, successful women. None of that. We had a connection. Nah, you cheated. Why did I cheat? Because I was a cheater at that time, because I was so insecure with myself that I felt that getting attention from anywhere made me feel like I was loved. That's why. Yes, I have cheated, not proud of it, but it was the disrespect of the name calling, so I had to move on. Do you see what I mean? It wasn't that I'm a cheater. It's because I was being disrespected and name calling and all those things. I get it. I understand, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't have left first. We don't just monkey branch over to someone else. We take time to get out of these situations, and then we heal from these situations, and then we figure out who we are outside of a relationship, because probably 80-90% of you guys have never truly been single, and you really don't even know who you are. It would blow your mind at how often in my coaching, I mean, every day when I'm working with these women, listen to me. I'm like, cool. What do you like to do for fun? And that's exactly what it sounds like right there. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what I like to do for fun. You're 40 years old, 47, 54 years old, and you don't have a clue what you like to do for fun? It's because your entire identity has been doormat. I can't tell. Listen to me. I got to give y'all some stuff. Listen, I have one of my clients. Listen to this. She is 54 years old. She's a nurse practitioner. She'd been with a very abusive man for many, many years. I'm talking about, like, God, they've been together since they were like 17. She was going through a divorce. She had finally had enough. I coached her while she was still living with this man. I coached her for like 3 months. This woman got out and she took her power back, and all she really wanted to do was travel, and she's never been allowed to travel. I kid you not, 2 months after we got done, she started posting on TikTok. So I sent her a message. I'm like, Johanna, or what are you doing? She's like, I'm in Thailand. I'm like, I see that. What are you doing in Thailand? She's like, I've always wanted to come to Thailand, so I came to Thailand. I'm like, by yourself? She's terrified to be by herself. She said, yeah. I'm like, ma'am, I wouldn't go to Thailand with 30 people with me. Why? And she went by herself and stayed for a little bit. like a week, maybe 2 weeks. She came home, worked some little bit, and then I think she went to Mexico for a week, came back, worked a little bit. She went to Times Square for the ball drop, left there. And then the last time I talked to her about 2 months ago, she was in Milan, Italy. Okay. Let me tell you something else. I have another lady. She's a 69-year-old retired school teacher. And she had been with this one man her entire life. And she's getting a divorce. And I asked her this question: what do you like to do for fun? What are some things that will be on your bucket list? She's like, I just want to travel. I'm a naturalist. I want to go take pictures of birds, because this woman can literally hear a bird chirp and she can tell you exactly what kind of bird it is and everything about it. It's awesome. So we got to like week 6, and week 7, she didn't show up. So I reached out to her. I said, hey, are you okay? And she said, Scott, I'm so sorry. I'm not going to be here this week, and I'm not going to be there next week either. I'm like, are you okay? She's like, oh yeah. Me and 3 of my friends, like the Golden Girls, loaded up in a Toyota Tacoma pickup truck, 4-wheel drive in Texas, and they drove to Glacier National Park, Montana, and stayed for 2 weeks. She's like, yeah, I'm not going to be there next week either. We're staying in Glacier National Park for 2 weeks. Good for you. So the following week comes, and she says, Scott, I'm not going to be able to make it this week either. I'm like, why? What's wrong? She's like, nothing. We just didn't feel that we had done enough, so we're stopping in Colorado on the way home, and we're going to hike Pikes Peak too. At 69 years old, I coached a man who was in his 50s, who lived in Manhattan, New York. He'd gone through a divorce. This is the only woman he's ever been with. He did not know what he was going to do with his life. And we worked together for about 6, maybe 8 weeks. And I'm like, man, what is one thing that you would love to do just for you? He's like, man, you're going to laugh if I tell you. I'm like, no, I'm not. He said, I live in Manhattan, New York, but I have an overlanding truck. An overlanding truck is one of those big jacked up 4-wheel drive trucks that has a camper on the back, and the tent folds out on top, and it's got a ladder that comes down, and they cook and do all the things. They literally camp in or on the truck. He said, I've always wanted to take this big, nice overlanding truck that I have and my $9,000 camera, and I want to go out to the Midwest, and I just want to time lapse the sky. I want to time lapse the stars. That's all I've ever wanted to do. Successful man living in Manhattan. Never done anything for himself. I said, go. And the last conversation we had, he took his 18-year-old son, and they went out to Oklahoma somewhere, and he did it. He fulfilled something, a part of his life. I have another client. Maybe she's in here. If you're in here, let me know. When I met this woman, she had gone through so much stuff. She couldn't even drive 5 miles down the road because of her panic attacks. Like, y'all have no idea what this woman has gone through. And because of my clients have access to me 7 days a week, I called her on my cell phone. I'm like, hey, let's work through this. So I worked with her, took her down. She drove down 5 miles away. We worked through some techniques on anxiety, because I've had severe PTSD and anxiety since I was 17. I helped her get to a position where she was actually feeling a little better. And then we repeated it the very next day. And then after about a week of this, she lives 40 miles from town. She called me. She said, she texted me. She said, hey, guess where I'm at? I'm like, where are you at? She's like, I made it to town, and I'm eating at one of my favorite restaurants. I haven't been here in so long. I'm like, good for you. Amazing. Awesome. Right. And a lot of this is not all me, guys. I pray for my clients, and we see what God does. God does the majority of this. Let me clarify that. But she said, you know what? When I'm done eating, I'm going to go across the street too, because there's a place I used to love to shop at, and I'm going back. Since then, she's been able to fly to Texas and drive to Texas from Missouri. Okay. Do you have anything you like to do? Me? Yeah, I love bass fishing. I could bass fish all day, every day. I love watching movies. Movies has always been one of my favorite things to do, because as a kid, I was always sent to my room by myself to deal with my pain and my grief and everything alone. So I actually can kind of thrive alone. And I've been running from that my entire life. But once I remembered, one of the most healing things you will ever do, ladies and gentlemen, is to fall back in love with the things that used to make time stand still for you. I've got people that started painting. I got people that got back into photography. I got people that love mountain biking and hiking and things like that. People that love the beach. They hadn't been to the beach since they were 9 years old. Get up off your butt and let's do something, guys. You do not have to stay stuck in this. Let me explain something to you. Your life is literally clicking away. Let me draw y'all a picture, and then I'm going to end with this. Let me draw y'all a picture. I call this my anxiety chart. by faith. I'm going to use an average age of 50. I'm going to say that most of y'all are 50 years old in here. We'll go with women today. Most women, the average life expectancy of a woman is 85 years old. And if you're 50, okay, you got yourself back into mortuary science. Ooh, nasty. No. Eldon says Trump is a narcissist without question. That dude's a total narcissist, but he's a great president. All right, check it out. Hope you guys can see this. 0 to 100. Most of y'all are around, let's go with an average age of 50 years old. Hope you guys can still hear me. No. Up until this point, this is your life. It's gone. It's gone. This is your life. It's gone. Okay? 85 years old is the average life expectancy of a female. You can live beyond 85, but you're probably not going to be doing backflips and cartwheels and going skydiving. So on paper, this is literally all you have left. I'm sorry, my line got a little junky there. Yeah, right there. Sorry. That's literally all you have left on paper. Listen, the wrong intersection, someone not paying attention, that could be your life. That's one of the biggest mistakes that I see people make, is that you think you have time. You don't know how much time you got. And every single second that you stay with this douchebag or this freaking raggedy woman, men, your life is clocking and ticking away. Click, click, click. It's leaving. Every time I click my fingers, you're never getting that back. It's gone. Oh, there goes another second. Did y'all know that between the age of 50 and 70, there's only 7,305 days? 7,305 days between 50 and 70. There you go, Rose. I'll go even further. If you guys have children and you're in these situations, would you be okay with your children ending up in a relationship like this? Most of y'all say, heck no, I would never allow it. No, heck yeah. Right. You grew up in it, and now it's continuing on to your children. And your children are 2 to 4 times more likely to end up in the exact same situation if you don't get out. Why do we say that? Well, psychology is an amazing thing. If you grew up in a family full of bikers, like outlaw bikers, right? I used to be a biker. So if you grew up in a bunch of outlaw biker atmosphere, that's probably what you would end up with, or you would become one yourself. If you would have grew up and around a bunch of criminals who, you know, crazy weekends with the police every weekend and things like that, that's what you're going to be drawn to. If you would have grew up in a family of Ivy League college professors or whatever, college graduates, you probably would do the same. You see, we fall back on what we are familiar with. Okay. Yeah. Patterns, Brandy. Yes, ma'am. Listen, I can help you guys break free from a lot of this. If you guys are serious, Cassie, yes, ma'am, break that cycle. You can rise above your raising, guys. I grew up in a very low income white trash neighborhood. I'm not there anymore. Just not. I'm not there anymore. How much do I charge? I mean, I'm transparent with my price. My 10-week course is $2,497. I have financing options, payment plans. Most people go to a firm and they'll get pre-approved there. Their payments are like $80 a month, something like that. You guys don't have to stay stuck, guys. This is an investment into you, and it works as long as you do your part. All right, guys, listen, I love you guys. I want to pray over y'all real quick before I get off, and I'm going to go attack the day. Father God, I thank you for all of these people that are under the sound of my voice, Lord, and I pray that you just anoint every single one of them. A lot of these women are sitting here, and a lot of these men are sitting here, and they're in tears, and they don't know what they're going to do. They've lost their identity. They've lost direction, and they're trying to grasp onto anything and everything, Lord, that will fill this empty void, Lord. And I pray that you would step in their lives today in this very moment, and that you would humble every single one of them to the point that they surrendered their lives to you, Lord, and that your Holy Spirit would fill this empty void, Lord. Lord, I pray that you protect everyone under the sound of my voice that is in danger, that you intervene and protect them. And I pray that most of these people in here would just seek your will above everything else, Lord, and that you would light a fire under them and draw them to you, Lord. Your word says that no one can come to me unless the Father who sent me draws them. Lord, I'm asking you to draw everybody under the sound of my voice. Some of these people that are under this prayer right now, Lord, don't like what I'm saying right now, and that's okay too. But maybe there's one. And I pray that you would step in, Lord, in the mighty name of Jesus, I pray. Amen. All right, guys. Love you guys. If y'all need anything from me, let me know, and I'll see you guys soon.